we had a situation where we had ordered medical records and we were doing the retrieval. So the agents, the GA, their office thought that we would need these records based on what the kind of what the medical history was. And the case manager at a GA, you learn what the underwriter is going to want medical records for. So if you see somebody and you find out on the exam that they had a heart attack last year, you know they're going to want those cardiology records. So you go ahead and order it without waiting for the underwriter. So that's just part of the process at the GA level. We don't do that, but at the GA level, that's what happens. So the GA came to us and they requested that we obtain some records. So we were actually making the phone calls. This was our call team. And on this situation, the underwriter decided she didn't need those records. So they called us and told us to cancel the request. Well, all we did,
Was it because it was going to be a decline and they didn't want to spend the money on the records?
No, they actually approved it without it.
Okay.
So what we did, we were the ones calling, but we closed it on our system, but we didn't tell the doctor's office not to send the records. So the records got received by our office. And what that means is now the underwriter had approved it without the records. So now we're obligated, like Jolie was saying, to provide them with that information. So all bets are off. The underwriter may have declined them or given even a worse rating. So that's why what Jolie was saying is, you have to, if you cancel them, about canceling and whether or not they're needed and so forth. And once there's information that is received, we are obligated, the agent is obligated, everybody signs, the agent signs that we have to send that information. We are supposed to be acting on behalf of the insurance carrier, the agent, the client, choose a favorite or somebody else we want to be successful. Everybody has to win. So just want to share that story.
Yes, and that actually has bit me in the butt a couple times, but there's nothing I can do about it because once those records hit my email or your GA's email, or if it's in the download to be downloaded and they've obtained the records and they've paid for them, because a bill is going to be sent to that insurance company for those records. So if you don't send them, they're going to be like, well, why didn't you send them to review it? And you don't want that to be, you don't want to be in a bad position for your general agent because you're representing your general agent. So you have to do what's in the best interest for everybody. And if you got a preferred desk and those medical records, you get them and they hit your desk or they're available for download, you're obligated to send those, and you are jeopardizing the offer, but that's unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. And, if the insured didn't disclose that information up front and it was found in those medical records, that's not your fault. You're doing what you're supposed to do. And, it's a catch, what do they say? A catch-22. You can't win, you can't lose them all, but you're doing what is in the best interest for everybody. And we had talked about this actually in the last meeting where I remember, guys, I was telling you that I had a smoker and I got a preferred non-smoker policy. And boy, it would be easy for me and the agent would think, great, that I just saved his client a bunch of money, but that's not doing the right thing for the insurance company or the insured, because if something was to happen to that insured and, I sent a policy knowing that it was non-smoker and they're a smoker, it's just not a good situation. You have to make sure you're in the best interest of everybody involved, not just your customer, your GA, or the agent. You're working for everybody. So you have to do what's ethically right and for all parties involved. And there's nothing wrong with doing that.
I've got a question for you guys then, because it's in the situation like Lori was talking about where they canceled the ordering in one spot but not in another, or somehow they went ahead and got relief. So is that something, if we're told, hey, never mind, cancel that, we need to make sure that it's canceled everywhere it's supposed to be canceled?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I've had situations where I've gone in and to cancel it, and then Express Imaging came back to me and said, you know what, we already paid for the records, and we tried to get our money back, and they said the records are already on their way. There's nothing nobody can do about it. I mean,
I see. So then you're just going to be stuck receiving them, and you're just going to have to send it on to the carrier.
Correct. Now, if I don't get those records, I cancel the records, and they're never sent. And, you know, hopefully they were never paid for or whatever, they're not en route and the request can be canceled, then that's great. Then, you know, I won't get the records or anything. But if those records hit my desk or I get a notification that they're there ready to be downloaded and they're waiting for me to view them and pull them, then I'm obligated to send them to the carrier.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay? So, all this information... Yes, go ahead.
This is Mukund here. I have a question. Is there any chance that the doctor office has the right to deny to send the records?
Yes, I've